I'm Dr. Neal. I am founder, co-founder, and CEO of Global Nutritional Healing.
Hi, I'm Joy Feldman. I'm also co-founder and I am the director of Global Nutritional Healing. So today we're going to talk about fast oxidation, right, Heather?
Yep.
What is this fast oxidation?
Well, fast oxidation, well, first of all, the oxidation rate, what it means is how your body turns the food you eat into energy. It's how we burn food to give us energy. So fast oxidation is that we're doing it quickly. We're burning our foods at a faster than ideal rate.
And
So
usually, who are
go
those
ahead.
fast oxidizers, Heather, right? It's typically kids and
Kids, and sometimes, it's different groups now. I've seen it in kids, I've seen it in executives, I've seen it in people, it just different entrepreneurs, lots of different people actually.
yeah,
But they're less than slow oxidizers.
yes.
It's about 20% we see in fast oxidizers.
Right. And I've seen mostly men and children, and sometimes I get a female, but I have to say, historically, I seem to get more men that are fast. And so what is fast oxidation? It's basically a state of enhanced adrenal and thyroid glandular effect, right? It's
Right. Does that
just
mean they have more energy? That's the question I get all the time. I want to be a fast oxidizer.
And that's a tricky question because they typically do have more energy, but not always, especially if they're not eating properly or if they're what we call a burned out fast or, not a true fast or a temporary fast, right?
Right. And the other problem is they get too fast. They have a really fast oxidation rate, and then they have symptoms from that: anxiety, irritability, anger, having problems with relationships. It's a kind of a trade-off.
Yes, they definitely tend to be anxious, irritable, in a hurry, aggressive if their oxidation rate gets too fast. And they easily can get wound up and they can't calm themselves down. But I just want to backtrack for a second and just also state that it was George Watson who coined that term, fast oxidation. And then Dr. Paul Eck applied that concept to his nutritional research. And he found that using the hair was a great way to assess the oxidation rate, right?
Right. And it's
All
not a
right.
lot of hair for a sample. I don't know if we've mentioned that yet.
What was
Yes,
that?
I don't think we've mentioned that it's a small amount of hair. We're not talking about, taking all your hair and just taking a ponytail and cutting it off.
Just a tablespoon is what you need,
Yeah.
right?
Yes. Or even less if you have the hair weight scale that we can send.
Yeah. Just a few other things about a fast oxidizer. They often hold their weight in their abdomen due to high levels of cortisol from the stress that they're under. They're often warm and they sweat easily. And they're very fast thinking, like they can talk very quickly and think very quickly on their feet. I'm trying to think some of the other things just that go along with fast oxidizers are like high blood pressure. They can have heart attacks, anxiety, panic.
Diarrhea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
diarrhea. That's a big thing for
That's
the
such a fun one to talk about, right?
right. And I guess we should probably also touch on what causes fast oxidation. Variety of factors, right, Heather?
Stress. It can also be born with it. I mean, some people are, we just talked about a lot of children, most children are born fast oxidizers. We are seeing now, probably the last 10 years, I've seen it a little different, but more slow and other patterns. But children are usually fast oxidizers until about 8 to 10. So is that about what you see?
That's correct.
Yeah. They switch to slow. We help them with that transition. But I mean, then we also see what other reasons would be like
diet. They could be having
that
very,
could be.
if their diet doesn't contain enough fat and oil, they can wind up as fast oxidizers. You know, if you think about it, eating a diet heavy in fat will help slow the oxidation rate down. So a fast oxidizer can really kind of speed themselves up by eating, you know, not enough meat or fat,
Sugar.
healthy
Yep.
fats like avocado and full fat cheeses, olive oil, things like that, and even a little bit of butter. I don't want people to be afraid of butter. But the fast oxidizers kind of need to slow their burn down, and the fat does that for them. But often they wind up in fast oxidation because they're not eating properly. They're not getting enough fats and oils.
And we mentioned stress. Stress can definitely put you in fast oxidation temporarily. You know, some
That's
people stay there for a little while and then they end up burning themselves out.
absolutely. And then toxic chemicals, pesticides, they can have a stimulating effect. I had a client years ago who used to spray Agent Orange out west when they were, you know, doing a lot of construction. And I had never seen a fast oxidizer as fast as him. He was just filled with toxic metals. So that's another thing.
That was a toxic fast. Mhm.
Yes, it was a very toxic fast. Um, and that's really the important information about fast oxidizers. Is there anything else you think we need to add?
No, just that you do want to balance your oxidation rate out.
Yeah.
That's why I brought up, you know, I'll have more energy, and that's really not the case. And you end up burning all your minerals and not having the minerals you need. So you have other types of health issues that can come about.
Absolutely.
Yep,
Well, I think that's
that's it.
it.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, here's to your health.
Bye.